Is there anything better than that pre-holiday magic? Unpacking the ornaments, hanging the lights. It's finally time to get ready for the coziest season of the year. Hello friends and welcome to my channel OrgaNatic. In today's video I am sharing my favorite impactful DIYs and styling tricks for Christmas and New Year's. So if you want your home to feel warm and festive with minimal effort, you're in the right place. And now let's get started. Sometimes the most impressive holiday ideas come from simple and affordable materials. I decided to try making a trendy DIY basket for the tree to beautifully hide the stand. For that I went to the nearest home goods store and bought 3 rolls of parchment paper 15 meters each. I decided to make thick chunky braids, so I didn't cut the paper lengthwise, but if you want the braids to be smaller, you can cut the roll lengthwise into 3 parts. For my basket the braid needs to be 1.7 meters long, but the paper strip itself should be about 70 centimeters longer than that. Here's how it's done. Take 3 ends of the paper and join them together. The easiest way to do this is with a standard stapler. By the way, keep it handy, we will need it again later. There is no need to crumple the paper in advance, because while you are braiding it will naturally get the right texture. At first I tried braiding on the floor, but the ends kept getting tangled, and then I had an idea. What if I go up to the balcony and just let the paper hang down? And yes, it worked perfectly. That way I quickly braided all 4 pieces because the ends were just dangling in the air and didn't cause any trouble. Now we can move on to assembly. To attach everything I chose the simplest method. My basket needs to be about 23 centimeters tall. I took a cardboard box and cut several vertical strips to that height. And here's where the most interesting and probably the hardest part begins. I started gluing the cardboard strips to the braids using a hot glue gun. But honestly, it didn't hold as well as I expected. Some of the strips kept falling off and just wouldn't stick, so I'm sharing a little trick with you that saved the whole process. I decided to try fastening the braids and the strips together with a regular stapler, and that worked way better. The braids held firmly, and I was able to attach all the pieces with no problem. And that's it! Now the basket can go under the tree. I really loved the result. For very little money you can make an original and stylish decoration with your own hands that looks way more expensive than it actually is. I like decorating the tree differently every year, but I don't like spending a ton of money on it. So this year I decided to do a tree in a minimalist style. For this I needed several packs of these gold ornaments I found on Aliexpress, and at a regular store I bought this star that matches the tone of the ornaments. And then it's simple. All that's left is to distribute the ornaments evenly over the branches so the tree looks neat and harmonious. As a second decoration I decided to use real pine cones. You can collect them in any park completely for free. I loved how they matched the color of my basket and the gold ornaments. You barely even need to attach them. If you make a small pocket on the branch, they sit there perfectly on their own. All that's left is to put the star on top. And we are done! I was so pleased with the result. I love minimalist Christmas trees. They look natural, calm, and at the same time incredibly cozy. And combined with the string lights, a tree like this looks truly festive, and all of this for very little money. By the way, if you are interested in seeing other ways to decorate your tree using DIY ideas, be sure to check the description under this video. I'll leave links there to videos with other holiday ideas, as well as to the ornaments I bought on AliExpress. Holiday throw pillows with a festive print already create that holiday vibe all on their own. But what if we take it a step further and slip small battery-powered fairy lights inside the pillowcase right between the filling and the fabric? It's important that the lights don't heat up. And just look at the result. The pillow starts glowing from the inside, creating an incredibly cozy, magical atmosphere for winter evenings. If you don't have a Christmas tree at home but you really want one, make it out of tinsel yourself. You can put it on a door or, as in my case, a stone wall using a clear tape. I twist it in the middle so it won't stick to the tinsel. You can also use self-adhesive hooks or even push pins as long as it works with the wall. Now I am attaching tinsel to the wall, forming a shape of a tree, starting from the bottom up. It's better to decorate it with something light. That is why I put a styrofoam star on top. As for the ornaments, I'm using handmade beaded decorations. You can also attach shatterproof Christmas balls or even string lights. And that's how it turned out. Quick, easy and budget-friendly, and most importantly, a tree like that won't take up much space in the room. I couldn't resist but show you this idea for a quick and budget-friendly winter decor. You can make an ice candle lantern with the help of this ice mold. Fill it with cold water and put it in a freezer for 24 hours. Then pour warm water inside this hole, and within a couple of minutes the lantern can be easily retrieved from the mold. All we have to do now is to put a candle inside. That's it! You get a really stylish candle holder as a result. It will look especially nice outside, but you can also use it to serve ice cream. Your family and guests will definitely be delighted. I think this is a simply brilliant idea for the holidays. Start by pouring a small amount of clean drinking water into a glass and place a small sprig of rosemary in it so it resembles a little Christmas tree. Next, I will cover the glass with one of those handy silicone lids I have in my kitchen and put it in the freezer for a few hours. When it's party time, all you need to do is take the glass out of the freezer and pour in any drink of your choice. The result is stunning, beautiful and super festive. The rosemary, in my opinion, adds a subtle hint of freshness, herbaceousness and a light, pleasant aroma to the drink. It is sure to pleasantly surprise your guests. You'll never guess what you can make for the holidays out of regular milk cartons. They can be turned into the most adorable handmade Christmas houses, and it only takes a few minutes. For this project I am using a milk carton or any other Tetra Pak. The main thing is to rinse it well and let it dry. It has glued seams, so I leave that side in the back so the front of the house is smooth. This makes it look neater. Next, I take a marker and a ruler and draw windows right on the surface. They can be any shape or size. I leave a little space at the top for the future roof. Once the sketch is done, I carefully cut out the windows. A craft knife works best because it cuts quickly and neatly. Now comes the fun part. Milk cartons have a laminated film on the outside that you can peel off. This reveals the nice natural cardboard color underneath. Then I use scissors to shape the roof. I made several houses, each with different roofs and windows. I think the more details and variety, the more interesting the whole arrangement looks. Moving on to lighting, there are plenty of options. You can use an electric candle, but be aware they are usually not too bright. At least mine isn't. Another idea is a string of LED lights. You can either put the entire string in one house or spread it out among a few houses. A classic option is to place a tea light candle inside. For safety, always put it in a glass jar and never leave a lit candle unattended. Regular candles in a glass holder can work just as well. My younger daughter loved these houses, so we put them in her room. I used a small LED string for lighting and one string was enough for all 4 houses. I love that it has a 4-hour timer. We turn it on in the early evening and by the time my daughter goes to bed, the lights turn off on their own. It's so convenient and so pretty. You can set these finished houses on a shelf, a dresser, a cabinet or a windowsill. Personally, I like putting a tea light candle inside because it flickers so beautifully. It really feels like Christmas and makes the evening extra cozy. Best of all, no extra budget is needed. We are just using what we already have at home to make our own decor. And the question of the day is this: which idea from today's video did you like the most? If you liked this video, please show it to me by hitting the like button. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you next week. Bye bye!